In this video, we delve into the fascinating world of personal travel experiences, highlighting the joys and challenges that come with exploring new destinations. Travel can be an exhilarating adventure, filled with unforgettable moments and cultural discoveries. However, it also presents unique safety concerns that every traveler should be aware of. Throughout the video, we will share a variety of personal anecdotes that illustrate both the thrill of travel and the importance of staying vigilant. From navigating bustling city streets to enjoying serene landscapes, our stories will engage you while providing valuable insights into the realities of traveling. We aim to create an informative atmosphere that not only entertains but also educates viewers on essential safety practices. As we recount our experiences, we will emphasize the significance of being aware of your surroundings, understanding local customs, and taking necessary precautions to ensure a safe journey. Whether you're a seasoned traveler or planning your first trip, it's crucial to recognize that safety should always be a priority. By sharing our stories, we hope to inspire you to embrace the adventure of travel while remaining mindful of potential risks. This video serves as a reminder that while the world is full of incredible experiences waiting to be discovered, being informed and prepared can make all the difference. So join us as we explore the balance between adventure and safety and learn how to navigate the complexities of travel with confidence. Your journey begins with awareness, and we're here to guide you through it, ensuring that your travels are not only memorable, but also secure. Traveling alone to San Diego for the first time was an exhilarating experience that filled me with anticipation and excitement. The moment I arrived, the vibrant energy of the city enveloped me, from the stunning coastline to the bustling streets lined with palm trees. Checking into my hotel, I felt a mix of nerves and thrill, eager to explore everything this beautiful city had to offer. My initial interactions at the hotel were warm and welcoming. The staff greeted me with genuine smiles, making me feel right at home. As I settled in, I struck up a conversation with a fellow traveler in the lobby. This stranger, who seemed friendly and approachable, shared some tips about local attractions and even offered to show me around. His kindness was refreshing, and I felt a sense of camaraderie that often comes with solo travel. However, my excitement took a turn when a hotel staff member, overhearing our conversation, approached me with a concerned expression. They discreetly warned me about the stranger, mentioning that they had received reports of unusual behavior from him. This unsettling warning made me pause and reconsider my initial impression. While I appreciated the staff's vigilance, it also served as a stark reminder of the importance of being cautious while traveling alone. The thrill of adventure was now tinged with a sense of wariness, prompting me to reflect on the balance between openness to new experiences and the necessity of staying alert. As I navigated my first day in San Diego, I realized that while the city was full of potential friendships and discoveries, I needed to prioritize my safety above all else. After the unsettling warning from the front desk about the stranger I had met, a feeling of unease settled over me during my hotel stay in San Diego. The vibrant excitement I initially felt began to wane, replaced by a heightened sense of awareness. One evening, as I was unwinding in my room, I heard a firm knock on the door. It was a typical sound, yet something about it felt off. I hesitated, recalling the staff's warning, and decided to stay quiet, hoping it was just a routine housekeeping visit. However, the knock came again, more insistent this time. My heart raced as I glanced at the clock. It was well past the usual housekeeping hours. I felt a chill run down my spine, and my instincts kicked in. I quickly picked up the phone and called the front desk, explaining the situation and asking if they had sent anyone to my room. The receptionist assured me that no one was scheduled to come by at that hour, and they advised me to keep my door locked and stay alert. This incident underscored the importance of safety precautions while traveling, especially when alone. It was a stark reminder that not every situation is as it seems, and being cautious is essential. I spent the rest of the night on edge, double-checking the locks and keeping my phone close. The experience taught me that while travel can be thrilling, it's crucial to remain vigilant and trust your instincts. As I navigated the rest of my stay, I made a mental note to prioritize my safety above all else, ensuring that my adventures would not come at the cost of my well-being. The night had settled into an uneasy silence when I was jolted awake by a sound that sent chills down my spine. The door to my hotel room creaked open, and in that moment, my heart raced as I saw a masked figure slip inside. The dim light from the street lamp outside cast eerie shadows across the room, illuminating the intruder's menacing silhouette. Panic surged through me as I realized I was not alone. I froze, my mind racing with thoughts of escape, but fear paralyzed me. The masked man moved stealthily, his intentions unclear, and I could feel the adrenaline coursing through my veins as I instinctively reached for my phone, hoping to call for help. In a desperate attempt to defend myself, I confronted him, my voice trembling as I demanded he leave. The struggle that ensued was chaotic. I fought to keep him at bay, my instincts kicking in as I pushed against him. Just when I thought I was outmatched, the sound of hurried footsteps echoed in the hallway. The hotel staff, alerted by my frantic call, burst through the door, their presence a sudden wave of relief. They quickly subdued the intruder, and within moments, the situation was under control. In the aftermath, I was left shaken and vulnerable, grappling with the psychological impact of the encounter. The sense of safety I had once felt evaporated, replaced by a lingering fear that haunted my thoughts. I found myself questioning every noise and shadow, struggling to reclaim my sense of security. This terrifying experience served as a stark reminder of the unpredictability of travel and the importance of remaining vigilant, even in seemingly safe environments. Flying to Istanbul was a journey filled with anticipation as I prepared to return home. The crowded airport buzzed with energy, travelers bustling about, their voices blending into a symphony of excitement and anxiety. I navigated through the throngs of people, my heart racing at the thought of reuniting with family and friends. However, as I boarded the plane and settled into my seat, my excitement was quickly overshadowed by an unsettling feeling. I found myself sitting next to a strange man whose demeanor was off-putting. He was unkempt, with a disheveled appearance that made me instinctively wary. As the flight took off, I tried to focus on the view outside, but the man struck up a conversation that made my skin crawl. He spoke in a low, almost conspiratorial tone, sharing unsettling stories about his travels and the interesting people he had met along the way. His words were laced with an unsettling intensity, and I felt a knot tighten in my stomach as he leaned closer, his breath heavy with an unfamiliar scent. He began to ask probing questions about my travel plans, his gaze piercing and unyielding. Alarm bells rang in my mind as I realized that his curiosity felt more invasive than friendly. I forced a smile, attempting to deflect his questions while my heart raced with unease. The discomfort of the situation was palpable, and I couldn't shake the feeling that I needed to be cautious. As the flight continued, I remained on high alert, acutely aware of my surroundings, reminding myself of the importance of trusting my instincts while traveling. After landing in Istanbul, I was still shaken from the unsettling encounter with the strange man on the flight. As I gathered my belongings and stepped into the bustling airport terminal, I felt a sense of relief wash over me, thinking the worst was behind me. However, that relief was short-lived. As I reached into my bag to retrieve my phone, my fingers brushed against a folded piece of paper. Curiosity turned to horror as I unfolded it, revealing a threatening note that sent chills down my spine. The message was clear and disturbing. "You should have kept your mouth shut. You're being watched." My heart raced as I processed the implications of the note. It felt like a sinister echo of the man's unsettling conversation during the flight. I couldn't shake the feeling that it was connected to him. Later, as I scrolled through the news on my phone, I stumbled upon an article detailing the man's criminal activities, his history of harassment and intimidation. The realization hit me like a ton of bricks. I had unknowingly sat next to someone dangerous, and now I was being threatened. This experience underscored the importance of being vigilant and aware of my surroundings while traveling. It was a stark reminder that danger can lurk in unexpected places, and trusting my instincts is crucial. I felt a renewed sense of caution as I navigated the airport, acutely aware of the people around me. The note served as a chilling wake-up call, reinforcing the need to prioritize safety and remain alert, especially in unfamiliar environments. My journey had taken a dark turn, but I was determined not to let fear dictate my experience in Istanbul. My vacation in Mexico began as a dream come true, with the beauty and allure of the beach resort captivating me from the moment I arrived. The sun-drenched shores stretched endlessly, with soft white sand and crystal-clear turquoise waters that sparkled under the bright sun. Each day was filled with the sounds of laughter and the gentle lapping of waves, creating a serene backdrop for relaxation and adventure. I reveled in the vibrant atmosphere, indulging in delicious local cuisine and soaking up the sun by the pool. Eager to explore beyond the resort, I decided to rent a car, excited about the prospect of discovering the local area. The thrill of driving along the coastal roads, with the ocean breeze in my hair and the stunning scenery unfolding before me, was exhilarating. I visited charming towns, sampled street food, and interacted with friendly locals who welcomed me with open arms. Each moment felt like a postcard come to life, filled with the warmth of the culture and the beauty of the landscape. However, the idyllic vacation took an unexpected turn when danger struck. One afternoon, while driving back to the resort after a day of exploration, I noticed a vehicle tailing me closely. Initially, I brushed it off as coincidence, but as I navigated through the winding roads, the feeling of unease began to creep in. The excitement of my adventure was overshadowed by a growing sense of vulnerability. I could sense that something was amiss, and the carefree spirit of my vacation was suddenly tinged with apprehension. Little did I know, this would mark the beginning of a harrowing experience that would challenge my sense of safety and alter the course of my trip. As I ventured deeper into the jungle, the vibrant beauty of the landscape quickly faded, replaced by an overwhelming sense of tension and fear. The lush greenery that had once seemed inviting now felt suffocating, and the sounds of nature morphed into an ominous backdrop. Suddenly, I stumbled upon a group of armed men, their presence striking terror into my heart. They were rugged and intimidating, their eyes scanning the area with a predatory intensity. My instinct screamed at me to turn back, but it was too late. I was already caught in their gaze. The air was thick with unease as they approached, their intentions unclear but undoubtedly threatening. My mind raced as I tried to assess the situation, weighing my options while fighting the urge to panic. I could feel my pulse pounding in my ears, and every instinct urged me to flee. In that moment, quick thinking became my lifeline. I remembered the advice I had read about staying calm in dangerous situations. I forced myself to breathe deeply, maintaining a facade of composure as I engaged them in conversation, trying to buy time and gauge their intentions. With every passing second, the tension escalated, but I seized an opportunity when one of them turned his back momentarily. I made a split-second decision to bolt into the dense underbrush, relying on my knowledge of the terrain to navigate my escape. The adrenaline surged through me as I ran, branches whipping against my skin, the sounds of their shouts fading behind me. This harrowing encounter served as a stark reminder of the importance of being cautious in unfamiliar environments. It reinforced the need to remain aware of my surroundings and trust my instincts, as danger can lurk where you least expect it. My experience in the jungle was a chilling lesson in vigilance that I would carry with me long after the trip ended. After the terrifying encounter in the jungle, I thought I could shake off the fear and continue my adventure. Eager to visit a cenote, I set out with a sense of determination, hoping the beauty of the natural wonder would help me regain my confidence. However, as I approached the cenote, I felt an unsettling tension in the air. The lush surroundings, once inviting, now felt foreboding. Just as I began to relax, I noticed a group of men lingering nearby, their eyes fixed on me with an intensity that sent chills down my spine. Suddenly, one of them approached, and I felt a surge of panic. The urgency of the situation hit me like a wave as I turned to flee back to my car. My heart raced, and every instinct screamed at me to run faster. The sound of footsteps echoed behind me, and I could feel the adrenaline coursing through my veins as I sprinted through the underbrush, branches scratching at my arms. The fear of being pursued was overwhelming, and I could hear their shouts growing closer, fueling my desperation to escape. The emotional impact of these repeated threats weighed heavily on me. Each encounter chipped away at my sense of safety, leaving me feeling vulnerable and anxious. I realized that the thrill of exploration had been overshadowed by a constant fear that I could no longer ignore. Upon reaching my car, I made the difficult decision to abandon further exploration. The cenote, once a symbol of adventure, now represented a risk I wasn't willing to take. I drove away, heart pounding, knowing that my safety had to come first, and that sometimes the best choice is to prioritize well-being over adventure. As we wrap up this discussion on travel safety and awareness, it's essential to recap the key takeaways that can help ensure a secure and enjoyable journey.